What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All the Mod 7 to the Sky. Guys, we are over here at our SPS and we are currently turning polonium into antimatter. I forgot to even look at this thing last episode, and then when I logged in today in order to record, I was like, oh no! Did this thing overflow as our reactor exploded? No, so that didn't happen. We didn't have any problems here, but yeah, that is a little worrisome. This thing was a little under halfway full when I first turned this thing on, but yeah, we are slowly taking all that polonium. We are converting into antimatter. That's coming into here, making these antimatter pellets, because we needed those for this gravitational modulating unit. We need 3 of them per. If I remember correctly, we needed 3 of those, so like 9 in total. Yeah, so we needed 3 of these things. 3 antimatter pellets per, so 9 in total. We currently have 1, I think, unless I have an extra one in here. I don't. Yeah, so we need to get a total of 9 of these, so it's 1,000 antimatter millibuckets to make 1. I'm not actually sure if we're gonna have enough of this stuff in order to make all 9 of them, but yeah, we are in fact running 400 million FE per tick into this thing to power it. I'm gonna leave this running. We're gonna move over here for a little bit. I am curious because I know we can't leave that running indefinitely with our power, but I think we should have enough power to convert all of it. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, we're at 16.11 TFEs. You can see that's clocking down quite quickly, but I think we will in fact run out of the polonium before we run out of power, or at least I hope so. Otherwise, we're gonna have some problems. So yeah, I did add in a few more crafting co-processors since we set up our big star thing last episode. I did notice that we were using basically all of our processors all of the time. So yeah, you can see I have this disconnected here. I did swap out the dense cable that ran all the way through here with just a black ME glass cable. This is just the one that we use for sending P2Ps around. And then yeah, I have reduced the amount of the dense cables that we are using because they're not going across the room. Anyway, so yeah, I upgraded the amount of CPUs that we have, and when doing so, when I right clicked on this, I noticed there was a button here. I was like, what does this button do? CPU auto select mode for requests by players or automation. You can click it and then it says only requests by automation. So that means we could never select this processor if we're trying to do something manually, or we can set it to only for requests by players. I didn't know that this was an option. I guess this must be something that's new in this newer version of Applied Energistics that we've been playing with throughout the season. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of neat that you can set some of these processors to explicitly only accept requests when you go into like your crafting terminal and request something. I can't tell you how many times I've done that before, try to craft something, and it's like no CPUs are available. And it's like, oh, that's so frustrating. But yeah, with that setting, that would never happen. So that is pretty cool. Anyway, so going back over here, I need to keep my eye on this because we are draining power very quickly. I want to make sure we are not overusing our power, and I want to make sure we collect enough of these antimatter pellets. So I'll just keep an eye on this for a little while, and then we'll be back, guys. Well, I'm happy to report we did not run out of power, but yeah, I do have the 9 antimatter pellets now, so that is fantastic. And we basically went through all the polonium. There was about 1,000 buckets. I think 1,000 buckets left in that pipe. So yeah, we can still make a little bit more should we need it, but we can throw those into here for now. So we are trying to make this Withers compass, right? And that requires 3 of these gravitational modulating units. So that means we have a lot of crafting to do. So I could tell this to craft this and it'll do 1, but yeah, we need to make these ultimate induction providers. We need 6 of those. Ultimate induction provider, 6. Okay, so that is using a lot of stuff. This is probably going to take a while for this craft to complete, actually. Let's just take a look at what's going on here. Yeah, this is not going to be a fast craft. So while we're waiting on that, let's see if we can do anything else to take up some time here. Module base. So we need 3 of those. So let's make... Oh, I got to do a little bit of crafting here in order to make that. We'll do some of that. Okay. And that'll allow me to make 1. But I do need to make a second recipe. We get 2 at a time. We need 3 in total. Yeah, so we got to do a control click to get that HDPE. And boom. Okay, so we have the module bases now. All right, so we are looking pretty good. I do need to make 6 atomic alloys. So we will craft those up as well and have those ready to go. And I guess at this point, it's just kind of a waiting game for the gravitational modules. So aside from that, we can make another star block 2x, I think. Another star block 2x. There's a 1x. Oh, we need to make 9 of these in order to make the 2x. It looks like we have enough stuff to do that, so I'll just craft up the 1. And then I'll manually turn that into a 2. Okay, so there is that done. Okay, so we're waiting on the gravitational modulating units. We have the nether star block. So we need a glyph of wither, and then we need these wither charms. So I can get rid of that. I guess, yeah, we can just leave that there. Okay, so charm of wither. Charm of wither 2. We need 4 of those. Is that? Yeah, 4 charm of wither 2s. So we need to make this recipe 4 times. Okay. And this is wither 2 potion, and that is with glowstone. Whoop, not this one. That's with glowstone, wither skull fragments into awkward potion. Awkward potion you can just make by brewing nether wart. Okay, so that is pretty simple. So brewing stand. We need 4 of these, so I'll grab a 4 brewing stands. We need some bottles. So is that 3, 3, 3, 3? Okay, and then those all need to be water bottles. Now, one cool thing about having water in the applied energistic system is I can empty my water bucket and fill it back up. However, I cannot do that, at least I don't think I can, with a water bottle. Yeah, right click, left click, nothing happens. So that is an unfortunate thing. I don't know if that's an oversight or what, but yeah, we can still come over here to like this thing. I can just right click this one a bunch of times. I guess there is one right here too. I forgot that one was there that we put. Anyway, so we have the water bottles in here. We'll just go ahead and slam them all into the brew stands. We need a little bit of blaze powder. 1 for each of those. And then we're going to need another wart. 1 for each of those. And then it was, what was it? So we're going to need glowstone, wither skull fragment. Okay, so that's cool. So there's that. And then we need 4 glowstone. Do we have hoppers? This would make this a lot more simple if I could just put all the ingredients in there and just kind of like not have to babysit this. So there's a hopper. All right, I need to make sure I put the fuel in each one of these, and then we can load up the hoppers and just kind of like not pay attention to it, right? All right, so let me move these all up by 1 and put the glowstone under here. That way I can just drag like so. Okay, very good. And this one, and this one. Sweet. So we should have our wither potions here in just a moment. So let's wait for these to finish brewing and we'll be back. All right, so I went ahead and I just made the Charm of Wither 2, all 4 of those, and I disassembled our brew station things that we set up over here. So we now have a lot of the things that we need for this recipe, but we are missing this Glyph of Wither. So this, let's go and unbookmark that. The Glyph of Wither requires an Abjuration Essence and then 3 Wither Skeleton Skulls on a Scribe's table. It also requires 10 XP levels. Scribe. I don't think we've done anything with the Scribe's table. At least I don't recall. Maybe we've made one of these before, but I don't feel like we have. Ars Nouveau. That's like this stuff over here, right? All of this stuff is ours. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we've done anything with this. Okay, so Scribe's table, I guess I'll just stick it right here. Let's take a look at this. So there appears to be not a whole lot going on here. Let me pick this back up. Oh, it needs an axe. I kind of want to place it this way. Yeah, that seems like the correct placement direction. Okay. So looking at this again, I'm right clicking on it. Nothing's happening. So we go back to the recipe here. We're going to figure this out. So I need an Abjuration Essence. Do we even have an Abjuration Essence? We don't. How does one get an abjuration essence? So this is in an imbuement chamber. What are these? These are imbuement chambers. Okay. So we'll take one of these source gems that we made a long time ago. We need milk, fermented spider eye, and sugar. And then it looks like it also needs source. Can I take one of these and just kind of like stick it over here? Is that how this works? I don't actually know. So I'll place that in here. No recipe found of pet. Oh, they must be placed within 1 block cube around the chamber. So we need pedestals from this mod. Okay, so ours, pedestal, arcane pedestal. Do we have? No, I don't think we've done this. Arcane stone. Okay, we had enough for 1 pedestal and no more arcane stone. All right, so we have that. So 3 items, is that what this thing required? So yeah, it looks like that. And then I place a source gem in the center, I assume is how this works. So these have to be placed within 1 block. So I guess we could do this would work. We're figuring it out. So milk, we have 1 milk bucket. We have fermented and sugar. Fermented, all right, and then sugar. Looks like we have all the ingredients needed in order to make this guy. So milk bucket, sugar, this, and then I place this here. They must be placed within the 1 block cube around the... Oh, so maybe I just need to move this over by 1. Okay, so crafting process. It looks like it's pulling source out of this thing, which should be speeding it up, I assume, is what's going on. Or maybe it just needs it to actually perform the craft. It's changed into the thing we want. I still see that these items are here. So I guess it doesn't even use those up. Maybe I should make a few of those then. If it doesn't use up those other ingredients, I don't see why not. Especially since we're getting all of this source essentially for free just by growing stuff, and they're just not really being used by a whole lot of other things. So yeah, might as well just go and do that. And 1 more. Okay, so we have 2 abjuration essence and things are happening. Crafting process just about complete here. Sweet. Okay, so there is 3 of them. So getting back to this, on the scribe's table, we needed 1 of those and then 3 wither skeleton skulls. Okay. So back over here. 1, 2. It won't let me place anything else here. Why not? Do I have to place this first? So there's that. Nah, I'm okay. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe I need to hold shift. Applies the wither debuff. Yeah, maybe I need to do a little research into this. All right, so I ended up searching Google. I searched for ours and then the scribe's table, okay? And the very first thing that came up was glyph crafting. It says to craft new glyphs, use a spell book on the table to open the codex. Each glyph requires a set of items and experience points to unlock. I assume that's these spell books here that we need to make. I also assume that in the quest book here, it probably tells us some of this information, but since I have not even clicked this check mark yet, we haven't looked at any of these quests. Yeah, here's the scribe's table. It looks like these are all the different glyphs. Is there really a quest for each and every single glyph? What the heck? Okay, well anyway, let's start simple here. We're going to go ahead and craft the novice spell book, since this is the very first one. So in order to craft this, we need, looks like a bunch of iron tools. Okay, so there's an iron shovel, an iron pickaxe. We are going to need an iron axe. And finally, we are going to need an iron sword. Very good. So there is a novice spellbook. Press V to quick select. Press, I guess, unassigned key to quick craft. Okay, so right click. Oh, okay. So I right click on here and now I can see a bunch of different spells. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Summon Vex, Undead, Decoy, Linger. Can I do this? Select? Toss remaining items onto the table. Okay, well, it's allowing me to craft it with this one book. Oh, look at this. We got little floaty things up here. Aha. Okay, so it said toss them on the table, or do I have to right click them? Oh, I guess I literally just toss them on the table. Look at this animation. That's kind of cool. I haven't seen this yet. Crafting glyph of the wither. All right, well, there we go. We were able to make that. That wasn't that difficult. Just required a bit of know-how. And like I said, it probably tells us this information in the quest book. We just never even went there. So yeah. Anyway, let's take a look here at what is remaining for us to do. So this, whoops, this is done. This is done. We still have to make 3 of these. I don't know if we have this stuff done yet. So there is 1, 2, and 3. And finally, the Wither's Compass. Haha, there it is. Quest complete, Master of the Undead. Okay, so looks like everything was done and ready to go. Master of the Undead. We had a pedestal and another scepter. This is, what is this one? The Life Drain Scepter, I guess. All right, so we'll stick this guy here and that guy there to prove that we have actually done that. So that's cool. So going back to here, oh yeah, Master of Patrick. We did complete that, but I never claimed this. So we will claim that now. And we'll just put that right here and right there. So there's our Master of Patrick one. Very cool. So all of these different creative quests are now completed. ATM Star. This is the one that's left, it looks like. So in order to do that, we need to do all of this. So I believe the vast majority of this is stuff that we have already crafted leading up until this quest. So like the pulsating black hole, the Wither's Compass we just crafted, dragon, soul. There are, oh no, we already crafted these. I do remember that was like one of the first things we did in this creative section. Philosopher's Fuel, yeah. So dark matter block, I don't think that was something that had us just craft. I think we can craft that. We might not have enough nether stars for all this. We'll have to see. And then all the unobtainium, all the modium alloy block, we made all that stuff previously as well. So yeah, let me go ahead and see where we are at on this stuff. All right, guys. So I went ahead and I kind of looked at what we had and what this is going to take for us to craft it. So we are going to need some dark matter blocks, 13 in total, actually. So dark matter, we have this on auto craft. I think we could probably EMC, or maybe we can't EMC. I don't see EMC on here. Dark matter block. So 13, yeah, we need 13 of these. So what is that going to take? That is going to take 26,000 coal. It's going to take 52 all the modium ingots and some time. So we'll queue that up to craft. Yeah, that's going to take a little bit of time here for us to chew through all of that. So that'll be going in the background. Okay, so another thing that we needed was 15 nether star block X1. Right? Nether, oh, did I type that wrong? Nether star block. Oh, it's 1X. I typed X1. So we needed 15 of these. Looks like we have enough. Except for 23 nether stars, so we'll start that up. That should start crafting some wither bosses to kill over here. We haven't done this for a minute. Make sure everything is working right over here. And there's one. Yeah, it's building the next one, placing the stuff down. I like how the soul sand and the skulls don't get destroyed when the wither boss explodes. I assume that's a wither builder that's like making that invincible. I don't actually know, but that's what I would assume. Anyway, so that's all happening over here. So that is pretty cool. The next thing that we need to do is get ourselves unobtainium all the modium. This is stuff that we made a couple episodes back, maybe a few episodes ago. I can't remember exactly how long. We needed 15 of these and we had 28. So boom, there we go, 15. Right, so everything else that goes into making the ATM Star, everything else is everything else that we have just been making over the last few episodes. So I don't have these in my inventory, but we should have them all in our applied energistic system. So let me go ahead and grab all of these out. I'll start placing them all into this crafting device here. We'll just reuse our Patrick one since we don't have it connected to applied energistics right now. It's not going to autofill full of stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this one filled and then we'll be back. Well, most of this is filled out, not all the way, but I want to just point out a few things here. Since we're reusing this particular crafting device, and we have set some of these to be connected with each other, it doesn't perform exactly as I would have thought. So, for instance, I wanted to put this guy right here, so I right-clicked it on there. I had like a stack in my hand or 15 or whatever, and like fills up all three of these, which I guess makes sense. If I put one in my hand and I right-click it, then it like fills up this slot over here, I think. So like anyway, I had to like fill up all three of those and then click the other ones out, and then we were left with the one in the correct spot. Now that wouldn't happen if we didn't have these things all connected together, but yeah, I thought that was kind of a weird thing. Like, yeah, it all should be one input and then it fills up all three of them. But if you're holding one thing in your hand and you click on a specific thing, it should go into that specific thing, not over there, right? Anyway, that's the way I kind of experienced this. So let's place these guys in here like so. And this needs one. This one needs one. Okay, so everything should be full and we should be able to craft this now. Another thing I did notice though, the wither compass, if you hold it in your hand, it gives you wither. So you probably don't want to do that. I did notice that kind of scared me for a moment because we were so crafting those wither bosses. I thought maybe a wither boss had escaped and was like shooting at me or something. But anyway, no, it's the wither compass does actually give you withered by holding it in your hand. If it's in your inventory, it doesn't. If it's on your hotbar, not active in your hand, it doesn't. But if you're holding it, then it does. I thought that was a little weird. Anyway, so we should be good. We should be good. Let's go ahead and craft an ATM Star, an ATM Star. I did change the orientation of these things so it goes to the center now instead of like over there. Boom. There it is. And now that should just be hanging out right here. ATM Star. Quest completed. Very cool. Okay, so now that we have this done, that is going to allow us to click this guy, and that's going to give us a Master of All Curse of Vanishing. Oh, okay, I guess that's fine. Yeah, I was thinking that was just a Patrick Star or whatever, but I guess that is a reward, so let's go ahead and put this on a pedestal over here. Where do we want to put this one? How about kind of like right here? Boop. Yeah, cool. So we have a glowy Patrick Star. That's cool. All right, so let's take a look back over here. So that did unlock 2 new quests down here. But yeah, other than that, it looks like this section is complete, which is super awesome. So getting creative is the name of this quest, and that wants us to make a couple of things here. And infinite mana, that wants us to make a couple of things here as well. So before we even jump into those quests, let's take a look at this thing. So in order to make ATM stars, we just saw how to craft it one time, right? Every creative item in this game requires one of those. So if I want to make more than one creative item, I have to do that entire process, gathering all that stuff, making all of the, what were those things called that we just made with the plutonium, the antimatter pellets? We have to make all of those again. Like we have to do all of this stuff duplicated again for every single star. There is one other recipe to make the star that I saw in here, and that's if you have the ATM Star shards plus a Patrick Star. So this would be like way easier than this, because doing all of this stuff again, killing all those wither bosses, making all of the alloys, making all the dark matter, I guess that's not that difficult. But like getting all of these things again, yeah, all of this was a real pain to do. This would be real simple. Let's take a look at how we do this. So in order to get ourselves an ATM Star shard, we get a 5% chance on a starry comb. Okay, so that's one method. We can take our current ATM Star that we just made and grind into 5 ATM Star shards. I don't know why you would want to do this, but you could do that. Okay. We could crush it into 5-star shards. And the only other option is the comb. Once again, 5% chance. So starry comb, we'd have to get into bees in order to make more of these, unless we want to repeat this whole process again. Okay, so the bee, let's take a look at, let's just look. We're just looking. Nothing wrong with looking. So we need a starry bee to make a starry comb. And I assume that we can get like 5 bees per hive and make that like a little bit faster, like we did with our iridium. Okay. The species can't breed amongst themselves. So in order to make more, we have to do whatever it takes to make the first one again. Or we can, what did we do with the iridium bee? Let's take a look. We were doing this stuff here, the gene samples, right? So we got these gene samples. This appears to be broken. These should be auto combining. Yeah, the gene samples, and then we can inject it into an egg or whatever, and then we can make a new spawn egg. But with one bee, that takes forever to get another one. And then when we get 2 bees, it would take half of forever. It'd be twice as fast to get the next one. Anyway, so getting back to this guy into here. I guess I should bookmark that so we don't have to keep digging through those menus again. Okay, so in order to get this guy, we need a Patrick bee plus an ATM Star block. We have to feed Patrick bee 9 ATM stars in order to make this bee. That's the only way to get the star block. So we have to repeat this process 9 times in order to make a bee to make the easy recipe. 9 times. 9 times, guys. I don't think we're gonna do that. As much fun as this pack has been, this is pretty much the final step. This is the end game. This is all that's really left to complete the pack, to like do all the end game stuff, make all the creative items. There are a few creative items. We could take a look at this real quick. Oh, I guess it doesn't show. Does it show all the creative items? No, it only showed these 2 things. So if we take a look at the uses for the Undead Star, let's take a look at this. So you can make yourself a creative source jar, which would be pretty cool. We'd have all the Ars Nouveau magic juice that we needed. We can make ourselves a creative spell book. Everlasting guilty pool, that'd be a thing for the quest, right? Then what else is there? I think there was some other things we could do. Yeah, we could make this creative motor. So that would be kind of cool. But again, it requires an entire star. We can make ourselves a creative blaze cake. Again, star. Yeah, so the star shards are actually used for some components too. So I guess that would be why you'd want to take a star and then grind it into 5 pieces. I guess maybe. But anyway, creative flux, super worm. It's like, I think those are the only 2 things that you can do with that. Anyway, guys. So that is pretty much it for this pack. We did like the hard part. Now it's just repeat that hard part a whole bunch of times. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for this series. If I missed something, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe we'll come back and revisit something, but I think we're probably done here. So it kind of makes me sad. I did spend a bunch of time adding in those processors up there, thinking that we would need them for more things going forward. I wasn't actually expecting us to be like at the end so quickly. I thought we still needed some more stuff to do, but yeah, it looks like everything going forward requires more of those stars, and we've already seen it, so I'd have to be doing all of that stuff off camera, and that's a lot of time, and I just don't think we're going to do that. So anyway, that's going to do it. That's it. That's the series. All the mods 7 to the sky. Woo! We beat the pack. Not 100%, but we beat it. I'm going to call it a win. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next series. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.